Hey, what's going on, friends? My name is John Waldman. I'm a filmmaker based in New York, and today I want to talk about the most underrated filter in filmmaking. That filter is the circular polarizer filter. This filter, I think, is one of the most underrated filters. I don't think it gets talked about a lot. I feel like here on YouTube, people love talking about ND filters, mist filters, which I know there's so many different flavors of, different creative style filters, but I don't feel like there's a ton of stuff on circular polarizer filters. For me, the circular polarizer is one of the most versatile filters. It comes with me literally on every single shoot. One of the first kind of big reasons you're going to want to use a polarizer filter is to cut down reflections and cut down glare. You twist your filter on, and then in a scenario where you want to cut down a reflection, cut down a glare, start to rotate the filter to, get the desired effect that you want. If you have windows and reflective surfaces, things that you really want to cut down the glare, this thing really comes in clutch. So recently I've been doing some jobs where, we have to have a camera, screen, or a phone, a TV, whatever it might be, but this is gonna be your best friend. You could actually adjust exposure of screens with this filter and, basically turn the screen's brightness up and down. And throughout this video, I'm gonna show examples so you know what I'm talking about. I also love using this filter for interviews, a talking head scenario. You could use it and start to take off hot spots on people. Let's say maybe it's from the backlight or the keys coming in a little bit harsh. This has really saved the day multiple times, and honestly, once you start using it, you'll be able to see the difference, and sometimes it's subtle, but sometimes it's really big, and once you start to notice that, you're never gonna wanna not use it. So start experimenting with this filter and you'll kind of see the differences of how it may help you in various different scenarios. What I recommend doing is, if you have a monitor or a camera that has false color, you could turn that on and just watch the exposure differences change. It's really crazy. Another thing that is really nice for is when you're outside, shooting the trees, shooting the sky. This could really help rich, the greens in the trees, the blues in the sky. I think for best results, you want to do 90 degrees from the sun. At least that's what I was taught many years ago. Again, just experiment it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Listen, technology really is getting crazy, and there's a lot of people like, oh, do it in post. But for me, I would way rather, create a look inside the camera and already dial that back in, like cutting down the reflections. Maybe you can do something like that in post. It's not ever gonna look the same. I'm a big get the look in camera and then spice up what you need to later on. Also, while I have you guys here, I've noticed there has been a lot more viewers lately on the channel. Thank you guys, I appreciate the support, but a lot of people are unique viewers and they're not subscribers. So if you are new to the channel, this channel is all about filmmaking. We talk about gear, cameras, lenses, lighting, business. I own some Sony cameras. I do kind of talk a lot about them on this channel. 2024, expect a lot more output from me. We're really gonna start growing this thing. So I would really appreciate if you'd consider subscribing to the channel. Anyways, let's get back to it. So another thing just to kind of note with the circular polarizer is there is a little bit of ND in it. So you'll put it on and notice your image gets a little bit darker. So just keep that in mind, from your exposure settings. I'm just talking about this filter in general. This is the Polar Pro circular polarizer. I got an 82mm filter thread. I've really liked this filter so far. I have no real issues to complain about. I do like how there's a front thread also on this, so you could stack filters as needed. Only time I've ever really run into any weird color casting is when I'm stacking a ton of ND internally on the FX6 and I put this on. Definitely gets a little bit warmer. It's a pretty easy fix, honestly, but that's the only time where I've noticed like, okay, yeah, there's a color shift. So keep that in mind if you're stacking a ton of ND and then throwing this. But yeah, this filter, it literally comes with me for every shoot. It's truly become one of my favorites. I have this little Tiffin pouch thing where I keep all my filters. I got some on my camera. Loop it right onto your belt and look really cool, right? Put that on your side. But it's clutch, you open up, boom, need my polarizer, bam. Oh, that's another filter for next video. Ooh. Alright guys, that's about it. I'm gonna guess that was kind of a quick video, but anyways, this filter has been giving me a ton of value. I highly recommend you add one to your kit. And also, don't cheap out. I'm sure there's cheaper options. I don't know how expensive this is. Don't put a cheap piece of glass in front of your expensive piece of glass. That's like, you know, getting some crappy rims on a Ferrari. I don't know if that was a good analogy, actually. Yeah, guys, that's about it. We're gonna be on a roll here in 2024. Cheers, y'all. Bye.